Hello and welcome back to Misery Loves Mandy. I was so excited about this week's guest, Kat. Man, we covered a lot of topics. I can't even say them all, but we talked about my new experience with menstrual cups and what she's gone through with birth control. The kind of guys that will romanticize what they think they want in a relationship when it is not what they want, and something that will eventually happen to us all: sharding, whether you like it or not. It happens to everyone at least once. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe, share with a friend, and make sure to check out our Patreon episode where we talk about an embarrassing sex story that is very relatable. I think it's going to happen, but yeah, you just have to watch and see. Enjoy.
And this is like the only real, this is the angle you need. But it's never a flattering angle.
No. So we've got these to make us look better.
Yeah.
But this angle and then my loud cackle, I'm like, what am I laughing at?
Do you ever look back on footage and just kind of look at yourself like, why are you laughing so loud? It wasn't that funny.
Yes.
It wasn't that funny.
But
And
I
then
wasn't
get
thinking it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get self-conscious about it, that people are like, and then I look at the guest's face. And sometimes there's this face of they're like, what is she laughing so loud?
I just always feel so self-conscious looking back at footage.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the best way for me to stay sane in situations like this is I don't care how you do the editing, just don't show me. If I don't know, I'll think it's fine.
Yes.
The moment I look at it, I will dissect every little weird thing I've done, and suddenly I want to live under a rock. Because why the fuck am I so loud? Why do I think everything is funny? It wasn't that funny. The other person's uncomfortable or thinks they think I'm a little slow now. And it's fine because I am. But I wouldn't like to have that be my first impression.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe with some time you can figure out that I'm a little slow. But not right off the bat.
Yes. Well, these listeners definitely know. And then I did, I had, do you know Jet Ski, Jessie Johnson?
Yes.
I had her on, and it was my best podcast, because she's got a huge podcast following, and she's amazing. I had the giggles like crazy that episode. I just couldn't stop laughing. I think I'm laughing more than talking. And I'm like, of course, this is the episode that does the best.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so sorry, people.
It's like she's just that hilarious.
She is.
But I also promise I'm normal. If you were in the room, I promise you'd be giggling too. I promise. You just had to be there. It's one of those things. You had to be there.
Just put that in bold font over the whole thing.
Yeah. Anytime there's a socially awkward situation and I feel a little cringy because it's on camera, in my head, I just tell myself, you had to be there. And I know that's the lamest excuse.
No, I like
it's
that.
No, you had to be there. You don't get it because you can't see it through the camera or you can't hear it through the audio, but you had to be there. It's an energy thing. It really was that funny.
Yeah.
So fuck y'all.
It's like when I listen back to my stand-up footage, I swear it was funny.
Yeah, I swear I was killing. I don't know what happened to the audio of everyone else in the background, but I was killing. Everyone was laughing. Yeah. I swear I didn't bomb. I swear.
Same thing. Wait, so you just moved?
Yes, I just moved.
I was like, oh my gosh, where is she going? I saw the moving truck, and then I was like, where did you go? I didn't hear.
I moved from Encino back to Orange County.
Okay.
Because I am one of those people who I love to pick up and grab all my things and move every single year because I don't know how to sit down with my feelings. And so once a lease is up, I'm like, it's time to go. I gotta get out of here. And for no reason, nothing's wrong in my life, but in my head, I have this little ticking time clock. You know what you should do? You should move again. You hate it. You hate packing. You hate putting down another deposit. But you know what? You're young. Fucking move.
Do it.
You don't have kids tying you down
Yeah,
to a
it's
fucking
true.
elementary school. Move. It's fine. You'll regret it if you don't. And then I'm halfway through a move like, I fucking hate this. Why am I spending all this money moving?
No, that's always how it is, like, when it's hard. And
Yeah.
then I feel like if your gut tells you to do something,
Yeah.
you need to do it.
See, I agree with that, but also I'm not mentally healthy all the time. So like maybe just like I gotta run it through like a few people first before I'm
Smart.
like, my gut tells me this is a great idea. My sister's like, no, that's not healthy. This is why your therapist ghosted you.
This made me think I never thought about that. There's all this stuff on gut health.
Yeah.
But
No, not mine. I'm lacking in. I need some probiotics. I
Yeah.
need some kimchi. I need something fermented. A kombucha.
Before any big decisions.
Yeah, any big decision. Like throw some ashwagandha in there. I don't know what it does, but throw it in there. Like, yeah.
You know, a weird thing about ashwagandha, I started taking it. It fucked with my period.
I have seen so many things about ashwagandha recently where I feel like it's given a lot of people these side effects, not necessarily all bad, but like it does something to people. And I didn't realize what it did because I used to do a sponsored ad at the podcast I used to work at for a product called Magic Mind, and it's great, and the owner is great, and they keep saying that it has ashwagandha in it. And to this day, I just knew it was supposed to help with like mental clarity.
Yeah, calming, clarity.
Yeah, and I don't think any of that ever really hits me. I think this is like a little scrambled, and I'm gonna need a whole lot more ashwagandha. But I hear a lot of people either love it or they don't like it at all. Like they can't take it.
It messed up my period for a couple months.
Really, a couple months.
Like it was just all off cycle.
Oh,
and because I think I didn't realize that's what it was at first. And then so that's like the first month, and then I was like, that was the only new thing I added.
Yeah.
So then I took it away, and then it went back to normal. Like it
the
adjusted
ashwagandha
back.
made your body feel like you were like, you know, when people do those like bikini bodybuilder prep and they lose their period because these girls have gotten to the point where they're so like, I wouldn't say emaciated, but they've lost so much weight in a fairly short amount of time that like their period kind of goes away for a while, and then once they start eating again, they get their period back. Ashwagandha just did that to your body.
But it gave more period.
Yeah. Or it's like, hey, you're pregnant. You're pregnant.
Oh my! It did everything that would make you not calm.
Oh my God.
Like just blood. You're like, oh my gosh, that is okay. I have an embarrassing story that I can't wait to talk to you about. Because first I needed a female guest, and this just happened. Do you use a menstrual cup, like a diva cup thing?
I've wanted to use one for so long because I keep seeing how people love that they can rewash it and reuse it, and it's just like you don't have like a tampon up there, but you're not like re-wearing a wet diaper when you wear a pad. But the only thing is like I don't know if I want to deal with always like putting something in and out, and what if it spills? Like I'm very clumsy. What if I drop it in the toilet and I'm in public? Like I just feel like I'm not like I don't have the bodily mechanics to be responsible enough not to lose my diva cup in the middle of the day and have to fish it out of like a public toilet.
Well, let me tell you what I've learned. No public toilet so far, but it has been a thing. It has not been easy, but I'm not going to go back. I love it and I hate it. I love it, but I am still learning how to use it.
Okay, got it.
So Monday was a couple days ago, and I got my period. Was the first day I used it, and getting it in was okay. Like it was a little weird, but then I got it in. So it lasts for 12 hours, and you can't feel it at all. Like how cool is that?
That's sick.
So it's like you have no period. It feels like there's no period. It's just up there. Nothing. You feel it. No blood.
There's
done.
like no weird string that you kind of have pee on, but you got to keep it in for another hour. Okay,
there's
got it.
little dingleberry. Like it's so up there too. Like it's just like they use that thing just to find it. It's not to pull.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is great. So I go to take it out before bed. I put it in at like 6 p.m. I go to put it out before bed. Yeah. And I can't get it out.
Like you can't reach for it, or you can't like you have it in your hand, but it won't like it keeps slipping.
I can't get a grip. So I'm like, you know what? I had a little panic, and I said, let's just go to sleep. It said 12 hours.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to sleep. We'll hit 13 hours. It'll be fine. So I wake up 7 a.m. I'm like, I got to get this thing out of me. And I can't for the life of me. So I call my best friend who told me to get it. And she's like, oh, no worries. That's what happened. Like when I first did it, it's like more suction at first.
Okay, got it.
And she's like, you need to get like a squatty potty thing, like put your feet up, and just relax. And she's like, oh, and then push. So
like
I'm
you're giving birth.
Like you're giving birth. So this wakes my boyfriend up, who sleeps in a little later than me. So he just hears me like panicking in the bathroom, trying to get this thing out. Yeah. I'm pushing. Now I'm farting. Trying to get a diva cup out. I'm like, this is so not hot. I'm like, this is hilarious, like a hilarious nightmare. Yeah. So I still can't get it out. So I'm like, take a deep breath, pull up YouTube, and then the company, I use the salt one. Okay, got it. That has like tutorials. It says, don't freak out. What goes up must go down. All you need is pliers and this. And I'm like, pliers? And then it's like, just kidding. Oh. And I'm like, I know. And I'm like, I literally was like, how? That's going to hurt. And then it was a joke.
That's not a great time for a joke.
No. And I was just like really just focusing on just like, I got this. I got this. And it shows like 2 techniques. And one, this sounds so gross, is like you have to put your finger up and then get the lid of it and pull it.
You got to hook it like a fish.
Yeah, you got to fish hook this bitch. Yeah. So I got the squatty potty thing going, the stool. Yeah. I'm pushing, I'm hooking, and I got it. And then I took Tuesday off because I said this was a lot. The tampons, I hated them after using that. Yeah. And then yesterday, I was like, we're going in again. Yeah. And I did a drunk episode last night, a Cinco de Mayo episode. I was like, you know, when you're like, I don't want to brush my teeth. Yeah. I was like, I can't get this out right now. I can't deal with this drunk. So I left it in for like too long, like 20 hours.
That's a hot minute. That's a hot minute.
And so that's why like when you're like, I don't think I'm responsible enough. I felt irresponsible.
Was there like an obscene amount of period in it by the time you took it out? So, or is it just like one of those things where you kind of cap off at a certain amount?
I think you cap off, it seems like. But this is the problem. It fell in the toilet.
It fell in the toilet, and then you just gotta go and like do the walk of shame to your kitchen where you have to boil it in hot water after like washing it off.
Yeah. So I love it and hate it.
Yeah. Wait, so quick question. Going back to your boyfriend hearing you fart while you're like in this position trying to like hook this diva cup out of your diva hole. Are you somebody who farts in front of their partner?
No.
Or is it just like, I don't have any holes which I guess would come in and out of? I don't know what you're talking about.
I tried that. Yeah. And apparently I am a sleep farter. So
you're a sleep farter?
I think it's because I hold it all day.
Do you know that you're farting in your sleep, or does it just happen and other people tell you?
It wakes me up sometimes.
Oh, love that for you. It's like an internal clock. Yeah.
So sometimes it'll wake me up, which is like a bad dream. Yeah. And other times I won't, and he'll let me know. So it's funny. I've tried to hide it, but I physically can't.
I feel like I try to hide it up until there always gets to a point where like I have bowel issues. Like my tummy hurts a lot.
Mine
and
too.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like I'm getting older. I'm eating healthier than I ever have, and my tummy still fucking hurts.
Same.
So when I start dating someone, I'm just like I don't want to fart in front of this person. I don't want them to think that I have an asshole like at all. I don't want to poop in front of you. I don't want to poop in your vicinity. I don't want to fart. I don't really even want to burp. I don't want you to know that air comes in and out of my body.
See, I feel the same. Because I like to keep like the sexual, like I'm all goofy all the time. Let me just have that I don't fart.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let me have one thing that makes you think like, oh, she's really hot.
Right? Give me that.
Yeah, give me that, please. And then it gets to a point where I'm just like, I'm always stuck in a situation where I'm in a car. I don't know what it is. I'm in a car for a long drive because like LA traffic fucking sucks. Or wherever you're at. I'm always in a fucking car with this guy I'm dating, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And suddenly like, I gotta fucking go right now. I'm gonna shit in the back of your car.
Oh
I'm so sorry. Please pull over.
Because I have stomach issues too. When you have to go,
you have to
go.
I'm sweating. I'm shaking. I can't concentrate on anything. And I can't hide it. I start sweating like forehead first.
So do I.
And so like I can't hide it. I can't keep dabbing my fucking face. Like I don't get like sweaty palms or the sweaty armpits. It's my face and my back. So now I have like the imprint. If I'm wearing like a gray shirt, it's like the imprint of the sweat. I look like a construction worker.
Oh my God.
And I'm trying to look like normal as possible, but I'm freaking out internally because I think I'm gonna blow ass within like an earshot of you, and you're never gonna look at me the same.
I always do the panic. I have to pee so bad. We've got to stop. I'm about to piss myself.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna get UTI. Please
piss myself.
I'm gonna piss so hard. They're like, wow, your piss really smells like shit right now. I don't know what's happening, but good for you.
I think that's one of the most uncomfortable things because it is the most terrifying. Screw uncomfortable. It is terrifying.
Yeah. I feel really vulnerable when I feel like you know that I poop. I don't want you to know that I poop. I feel like it's a power move for me to kind of hide that from you, because why do you need to know? Why do you need to know this little secret?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Why do you want to know this?
Yeah, because I also like I don't think there's anything wrong with you pooping. I don't think that, but I think it's also like I like feeling a little powerful in moments where it's like, you have a tummy ache. Because I just feel like men in general don't really deal with discomfort very well and physical pain.
They don't.
I think maybe big pain, they're like, okay, this is a lot, so I kind of have a better reason to like bitch and moan. But little things, I think men complain about a little too much, which is fine, and I love that about them. I'm like, oh my God, that's so cute.
It is cute.
Why do you have a tummy ache, and why can't you like do things today? I don't understand.
I don't get tummy aches, you bitch.
Yeah, I don't get tummy aches. I don't even shit. Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, so I love it, but I think I love it because I feel vulnerable when I poop. So now I feel like you're in a vulnerable state and we're trauma bonding.
Yes, that's true.
I love knowing that. Like, I also love very physically strong men. And so I love knowing that a strong man is on his knees somewhere. I just love knowing that like you can't handle this thing right now. I love it, because why can't you hold in your bowels? Why do you need to shit yourself right now, sweetie?
I love that you
I will go get you Pepto-Bismol. I just want to feel needed.
Yeah, I've got the tablets in my purse. Here you go.
Yeah, I have the chewables.
Yeah,
I have the liquid ones if you want a little drink. Like, whatever you want,
Whatever
sweetie.
you need.
Some ginger ale, fucking Tums. I have a pad if you need it. I don't know what you're going to use.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know.
It sticks to your panties. Put it in the back. No skid marks here.
Oh, God. White panty men skid marks.
Have you ever dated a man with skid marks on his panties?
I have seen it.
That is horrifying to me, because what do you mean you kept those panties?
Couldn't
Couldn't you get new ones?
Why didn't you toss those right away?
That's what I mean. Like, okay, it's one thing if you have a pair of panties. Let's say you really want to keep them because you're like, I could probably wash this out.
Yeah, we've heard of period panties.
Yeah, you wash it out, and you know what? This isn't it. But also, I excuse blood more than I excuse fecal matter.
For sure.
Because like shit and blood is something else. If you had like a shirt that had like a drop of blood on it, I'd be like, oh, that like sucks, but I mean, it's blood. Whatever. If you had a shirt with some shit on it, like a shit stain that just would not come out, throw out the fucking shirt.
Can you imagine if it was on a shirt?
That's what I don't understand. There are men who kind of proudly talk about like, oh yeah, I got like panties with some skid marks. I'm like, why would you talk about
Don't
that?
be proud of that.
Don't be proud of that. Hide it. Repress it. Like, what? Why would you say that openly?
Ew.
Who finds this funny?
Oh, no.
Who finds this attractive? What do you mean you have skid marks?
It's not hot.
It's not hot.
It's not hot.
And it tells me you don't know how to clean yourself.
You don't know how to wipe.
Yeah. In a day and age where we are lucky enough to have bidets and wipes, and you have a fucking sink and a shower in your house, you couldn't do any of those things.
I've even seen, have you seen this at the store? They sell now men wipes. Men, like,
oh, yeah. Why is that, like, men wipes? Is it just one of those things where they want to cater it to men so they make, like, you know how for women we have the pink tax? But for men, it's like, oh, this isn't, like, the girly stuff that you're used to using, so please wipe your ass. This is, like, the man wipes.
Yeah, I'm not like, yeah, this isn't feminine. It says man on it.
Yeah.
They're man wipes.
They're man wipes for your man hole.
But how many men are scared of their buttholes to, like, need it to feel masculine to clean it?
I don't even know if men are afraid of their assholes. I almost feel like they don't love their assholes. I think it's a self-love thing.
Yeah.
You know, have some self-respect, have some self-love,
Yeah.
wipe your ass. You deserve so much more, King. I promise you, your life is going to be so much better once you
Yeah.
just have a clean asshole. It transforms the rest of your day. I promise. There is no shame in having a clean ass. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that for yourself. You're so deserving of it. You deserve so much more.
I think we could have just changed some people's lives right now forever.
Yeah, because why don't you have a clean ass? You know why you didn't get the job that you wanted? Because you're not confident enough to clean your ass. How do you expect them to be confident in you to do this job? We feel it.
Why'd your wife leave you?
Yeah, why'd your wife leave you? Dirty asshole.
Dirty asshole.
You also probably shouldn't have been like on OnlyFans, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, man.
you also maybe, don't fucking call your mom after you come and cry. That's not a personal experience at all.
Wait, is that a true story?
No. It's not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's
I didn't think so.
Not a true story at all. I don't know that man.
Oh my God.
This is made up.
Oh man, it's crazy. It feels so real.
Yeah. No.
You're
I just like to say shit and see if it sticks, But it's fine. We all have our problems.
Everyone has some. Some are just worse than others.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like everyone has their problems, you and I included, and I don't feel like anyone should feel any shame about it, but sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I've been chronically online for the past 7 years of my life, and I would say that recently I've been having so many TikTok videos pop up about people and their like dating preferences, which I don't understand, because some people get so upset when like you don't fulfill their dating preference, and they're like, that's why you're gonna be alone forever. I'm just like, or you could just move on and leave me alone. Like, I clearly don't want you. You wouldn't want me either. I was talking to my sister yesterday about a conversation I had with a man, because I remember I say some outlandish shit to people when I'm just like trying to fuck around in terms of like dating. I'm like, I don't think a man should have any like female friends. Why do you need them? And clearly I'm kidding. And this, I was just like on a spiel about all these ridiculous things I would that I don't think is acceptable for a man in a relationship to do, and 90% of them fucking fake, ridiculous. And I remember he just responded back like, well, you can't think that's like a healthy way of living. That's pretty unrealistic for you to like think that men shouldn't do these things in the confines of a relationship, right? Like, that's not normal. And like 90% of it wasn't normal. But my response is, well, I'm not a mentally healthy person, so what about it? Like, I don't think you, because I told this man, he and I were arguing about how I don't like friendly men, because like I like kind, nice men, but I don't like friendly men in the confines of a relationship, because I think friendly involves like an inviting characteristic about yourself,
like a flirty,
not even necessarily flirty. It could be, but not necessarily. I just don't like men who are like very like have like a big social life or anything like that. And that's because I'm a hermit, because like compatibility wise, like I've tried it in the past and it just doesn't work. So I personally do not like friendly men. I think friendly men are amazing. I think they're lovely angel babies who deserve to be revered and fucking loved on, just not by me.
I get that.
Yeah, that's it. And that's fine. I don't want anyone to change for me. I just want someone who's compatible with me.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't understand. Why are you mad at me that we're not compatible? Because you wouldn't like being with me either. So leave me alone.
Yeah, that's spot on. That's you knowing yourself and what you want, and them just not understanding that. It's all that
and
is.
also, like, if, like, I know I have some ridiculous requests sometimes, but it's, how are you going to be upset with me about that when you say you like mentally ill women? Like, I'm sorry. You said you wanted like a depressed baddie. Well, here we are. Here I am. I'm sorry. Now you can't, like, you want a manic pixie girl your way into my life and be like, oh my God, I love that you're like this just happy-go-lucky, like no fucking thoughts, dissociating all the time, but like you also get really sad sometimes. You need someone to comfort you, and now you're surprised that I have some outlandish requests
That
You're
doesn't
surprised that I
surprise me at
have
all.
a panic attack in the closet and I'm crying for 3 days and you don't know how to fucking help me besides offer a hard-boiled egg. Like what?
That is because they're romanticizing this.
Yes. And I feel like a lot of men don't know how to deal with women with mental health issues in that way when they say that they are attracted to like a certain type of girl.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes I feel like I'm very open. Like, hey, I have a lot of like, I'm not always like mentally there. I'm not like a very mentally healthy person. I go to therapy and like this has been who I am my entire life and I'm working on it, but I'm not like altogether there. So just, I need you to be aware of it and I'm gonna like act in some weird ways. And they always try to play Captain Save-A-Ho where they're like, no, like my love will fix it for you. And I'm like, I don't think it will. Like I've tried this, but like, you know what? God bless. You can try. And I had a boyfriend once see me in a panic attack for the first time in his life. And I was like in bed sobbing, could not catch a breath. And he's like, do you want a hard-boiled egg?
Wait, that was real?
That's real. He was like, do you want to? He just didn't know what to do because he like has never had like a mental health issue. He's like a very healthy person, mentally, spiritually.
Egg.
And I think he just thought I was hungry.
Okay.
He was like, do you want a hard-boiled egg? Like he wanted to give me, and I was like, no, it's okay. He's like, do you want a sweet potato? I'm like, why are these only healthy things? Like, can you offer me like
give me chocolate, goddammit.
chocolate or like fucking hot Cheetos? You want me to lose some weight during this? Want me to bulk up? God.
Oh,
But no,
it's so
he was a
weird.
sweetheart. He
I
just
mean, it
didn't
sounds
understand.
sweet.
Yeah.
It's just random.
Yeah. And I feel very like I just don't like, you can't want to be with someone like that and then not know how to leave me the fuck alone. Because sometimes I just want to be left alone and then they get mad.
Sure.
I've had someone get mad at me because like every time I was sad or I was like having a panic attack, they thought that it had to do with them. Like I was upset with something they did. And so they'd be mad when I was upset.
Like this
how
isn't
you
about you right
yeah,
now.
this isn't about you.
Yeah.
This is about me. Okay? It's about me. And if you wanted it to be about you, you should have like thought about this before.
It would piss me off. I've had to, I warned Matt, I'm like, the week before my period, I get really emotional.
Yeah.
Of like, I just down on myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know now my hormones are going to be crazy the week before my period. So
Are you a sad hormonal person or an angry hormonal person? Like a happy, like what's your go-to? Sad?
like I'm not doing enough for my career.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I'm broke. I've been working all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I'm not doing enough. I'm just hard on myself.
Yeah.
And then it's just just like a downward spiral of that.
Yeah. It's like you forget every single month that it's because of your period until you start bleeding and your diva cup is in the toilet and you're like, oh yeah, that's what it was. Absolutely. I should have known. I should have known.
Right? I'm like, I feel like I'm now kind of understanding like, okay, I'm going to be super bloated the week before my period and I'm going to be a hormonal mess. Give myself that.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. I just hate being on my period so much. I used to have the what was it called? The birth control shot.
Oh,
do you remember that?
No.
So the birth control shot is essentially like you go to your doctor and they give you a shot and they administer like a dose of birth control that stays within your body for about 3 months.
I don't
remember
remember
you get
this.
a shot once every 3 months. And I believe you're only supposed to be on the shot for about a year tops. Like it's not supposed to be a normal form of birth control.
Okay.
Based off of what I was told later. But like I didn't know this initially. And so I used to go to Planned Parenthood and they would always just give me my shot every 3 months. And I did that from 18 to 23, 24.
Wait,
and
without knowing?
Without knowing. And then one day I went to an actual OBGYN and she started freaking out. She's like, wait, what are you on? I'm like, I'm on the shot. I've been on the shot since I was 18 because I just like, I don't think I'm good to do the pill every single day at the same time. I forget a lot.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. And I don't want to do like the IUD because I don't like the thought that something's in me.
I would freak out. I feel like I would want to. I feel like I'd have like a panic attack and just
I'd
get a
start
knife.
tweaking, and I'm like, I know it's there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and so I did the shot, and she starts freaking out. She's like, okay, we're gonna get you off of that immediately and get you on. You know what? No birth control for a few months, and then come back and we'll get you on the pill. I was like, wait, why are you? She looked a little stressed.
Oh,
and I was like, wait, what? Is there something wrong with the shot? She's like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's definitely you'll be fine. But yeah, you definitely should have only been on it for about a year. It's not meant to be like a prolonged thing. I was like, like, well, what are the symptoms? Like, it's just sometimes like people have reported that prolonged like use of this shot have hard fertility issues, and I was like, that's fine. That's almost a plus.
Oh, I think you
but
said
like
heart, but yeah, fertility,
yeah, like fertility issues, and I was like, oh, okay, well, like that doesn't apply to me right now. That's kind of sick. That's kind of a plus. But yeah, I was just freaking out because I'm like, why are you stressed? I hate when you go to doctors and you see that they're stressed. I'm like, what do you know? What do you know that I don't know right now?
That is so. That's almost as terrifying as almost shitting yourself.
Yeah, I almost. No, I don't think I wouldn't want. Have you ever shit yourself?
Well, there's been close instances. There's been some.
I feel like most people, I wouldn't say everyone, but like most people that I know have like shat themselves at least once in their life. And I was so proud that I had never shat myself up until the pandemic. Because like I said, I have tummy issues, and I went through this like bout of depression during the pandemic, like most people did. And I was like, I need to get out and do something, but like LA won't let you do anything. And so what I would do is I would wake up, and I lived in Glendale, and I would make myself a coffee, and I would have a breakfast burrito delivered to me from this like local, I think it was Cafe Los Feliz. They have amazing breakfast burritos, and so I would get
I've been there with Chappelle.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that place. I would get that breakfast burrito delivered, and then I'd hop in my car and I'd drive to Huntington Beach because Orange County was open at the time. And so I'd go to Orange County like with my mask, and I'd like walk the beach for hours and then come back and drive to go get a cookie from this place in Orange County on my way home. And I would do that probably 2-3 times a week because I had nothing else to fucking do.
It's a good routine.
Yeah. And one day, for some reason, my tummy issues were kicking, and this breakfast burrito was not sitting. And I was maybe like 30 minutes away from the beach, but I was in the OC area when my stomach started hurting. I was like, fuck, this hurts really bad. But I'm pretty good at being able to hold everything in until I get to a toilet. Because I'm like, I don't, like my stomach hurts, but I don't think it's anything crazy. And then like 20 minutes out from the beach happens. I'm like, I'm sweating.
Yeah, once the sweat hits, it's warning.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I should like pull over and find a restroom somewhere. And I'm looking around, and this is when all the grocery stores had lines. And you had to like wait until like a certain number of people came in. Now I'm like, fuck, I can't find anything. And I finally find a Target with a fairly short line, and I'm like turning in to park. I'm like, I'm just gonna go in, and I'm gonna do my business, and it's gonna be fine. And then as I park the car, I trusted a fart that I shouldn't have trusted. And I was so stunned because I was like, did I just shit myself? I think I just shit myself. And I was wearing these like yoga pants, these like light pink yoga pants. I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Shit myself. And so at the time, I'm borrowing my mom's minivan because I am just like so incredible. I had my last car like get T-boned by a van at a stop sign. And so I was just like, oh my God, does my mom have anything in here I can use to cover myself? And so I cover myself up with like one of her jackets. So sorry, Mom. I'll get you a new one. This happened 5 years ago, so maybe I should have gotten you something before. I'm so sorry. You're not watching this. No, it's fine. You don't really get English that much. So I wrap her jacket around my waist, and I like march into Target, and I go and just like find the first pair of pants I can find, and I pay for it, and I run to the bathroom, and I just like, I was like, yep, I shot myself. And I tossed the pants. I like put it in the Target bag, like fucking knotted it up multiple times so no one can smell it. I tossed it. I cleaned myself up and changed into these new yoga pants. And I was like, oh my God. I feel like I lost a competition because I don't know what it is. Every time I have ever met someone who says like, oh, someone, and I don't know why this conversation comes up a lot in my life, but like I talk about people shitting themselves because I always was like, you're telling me you couldn't hold it in. I always just thought I had like a
you
superior like sphincter. I was like, I have the willpower and the muscle memory to not shit myself. Like, I'm an adult, grow up. You don't have to shit yourself. And then I shot myself.
Damn. Yeah, especially at Target. Did you go for the walk?
Yeah, I still went for the walk. Yeah. I was like, there's no way I'm missing out on this walk at this point. I'm already depressed. I shot myself.
God.
I'm alone. I got out of a 9-year relationship. Like, I can't do this.
Oh my! You got out of a 9-year relationship right before the quarantine?
Yeah. And we broke up right as the world shut down because he was my high school sweetheart. I was with him from 14 to 23.
Damn.
And then the pandemic had it was at the time when coronavirus was over in China and it was starting to spread into Italy. It wasn't quite like the US wasn't shut down yet. We were just kind of hearing about it. My ex and I broke up and then the world had shut down. And I was like, oh my God, I'm stuck with my ex. He's a lovely man, but like, oh my God.
Oh, you guys still stayed together?
Yeah, we had because the first 2 weeks of shutdown, we thought we can stay together for 2 weeks in this apartment and it'll be fine. And then like you can go and move and like do whatever because we don't know how serious this restriction is. And then it got prolonged. And finally he's like, I gotta go. I'm like, that's fine. You can go. God bless. Goodbye. I hope you're safe out there. Don't die. We really, like, he and I really thought it was like World War Z when that happened. I was freaking out like crazy.
It was weird.
It was so weird. And then I think the pandemic was really like the beginning of people still living with their exes. I hear that so much now with my friends where they're like, I still live with my ex. I'm like, why? They're like, I can't afford to move out quite yet with a lease. I'm like, fair.
Damn.
Fair. I don't know how you're dealing with it, but fair.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, you would just be like, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'll figure it out somehow.
I had a friend who looked at her bills and then looked at her like what money was in her bank and then she looked at like the rental. She's like, I can be with this man for another 6 months at least. We could fake the funk.
I know somebody who's faking it.
Yeah.
For cheap rent.
Yeah.
And they told me this when they were drunk and it was like 6 months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, how long is she gonna keep this up for?
That's the millennial equivalent of I'm staying for the kids. We're staying for rent. We're staying for rent. Not a mortgage, but rent.
So funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that is it.
Yeah. Same thing with like I think millennials like co-parent their pets more now because we're not really having kids.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she gets the pit bull on weekends and I get her on weekdays.
There's animals now.
But honestly, I get it because I feel like who am I to deprive my dogs of their father? Who am I? Like, I can't be selfish. I'm a grown woman. He's a grown man. We should be able to amicably raise our dogs. And I know that sounds fucking crazy, but I truly believe these dogs deserve a mom and a dad if we can make it work. Why can't this be a healthy situation?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't do that. I just actually cat sat and decided I don't want any animals.
Ever.
For a long time.
Okay, if you had to choose an animal, what animal would you choose?
So I'm always was a dog person.
Yeah.
Grew up with dogs, love dogs. Then I was like on the road all the time. Maybe a cat would be good.
Yeah.
Because it's easier and they can be alone longer. Cat sat, not easier.
Cats terrify me in that a dog will love you automatically. Sometimes cats won't and they never will. And it really upsets me because I feel so rejected. Like I can't deal. I don't have the self-esteem to have a cat is what I found. Because I had a foster cat for about like a month and a half. And I thought that by the first, I don't know, like 2 weeks after it kind of like acclimated to my apartment and me that it would eventually like start warming up to me. That cat hated me for the entire like month and a half before I got adopted.
What the hell?
And I just like, I've never felt so unloved in my life than by a cat. Because like I saved you from the like I don't like I let you into my home. I'm feeding you. I'm making sure you have toys.
Cleaning up your shit.
Cleaning up your shit. Because it was one of those cats that didn't just like hide its shit under the kitty litter. It like would dig and throw the kitty litter out. So it got everywhere. I cleaned it up every day with a smile on my face. Like, hi, I hope you're happy and acclimated. In my head, I romanticized myself as this is going to be a foster family. This cat's going to love me. I'm going to love it. That bitch hated me. Oh my God. Her name was Mochi and that bitch hated me. And I've never felt so rejected in my life. And I've done quite a few things that I feel like I should feel more rejected. But that, oh my God, that was it for me. The biggest heartbreak in my life was that cat not even like remotely liking me. I didn't need it to love me. I needed it to the very least like me.
Yeah, something. Give me something.
Yeah, like a man could wake up one day and be like, I don't love you anymore. And I was like, you know what? Fair. Solid. No hard feelings. This cat didn't like me for a month and a half and I was in shambles. I was like, I'm never going to love again. I'm unlovable.
That makes me think, though, like, whoa, it knows.
It knows. It knows. What does it know? I'm not sure, but it knows.
But then what is with the stereotype of cat ladies?
I don't know. I feel like cat ladies have a bad rep because it was given by, like, people who just didn't understand that you could be, like, fine by yourself and not want, like, a partner.
Very true.
However, now I look at cat ladies like, what's your secret? Why do they like you? Why do you have multiple? I couldn't get one to like me. How do you have 7?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm jealous now. I want to know what you know. Like how? This one tried to bite me several times. I hid in the bathroom for an hour. Like I was terrified to be in my own apartment. How do you have 7 of these bitches just loving up on you, purring, like making the little biscuits? I need to know. Are you the Avatar? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, I don't understand. Maybe also a thought is like, so if cat ladies, if we're going to go stereotypes, are single.
Yeah.
And don't want, like, this is their man or their cats.
Yeah.
Is that they kind of like the rejection from some of the cats because they need that in their life.
You know what? Some people love to love the chase. I think that's what it is. So some people love the chase. I don't get it. I don't want the chase. I just want to be loved. Yeah, that's it.
I'm too tired to chase.
I can't.
No,
I run out of like breath going up a flight of stairs. I can't chase you. I can't do that.
No.
But also, like what do you want? I'll give it to you. I have such a bad like habit of why don't they like me? Why don't they like me? I feel like I'm a nice person. I don't need you to love me, but like, why don't you like me? Is there something I did? Please tell me. Did I do something wrong? I just need to know. Why don't you like me?
But then do you think like you ever, like I've definitely done this, like you make it, like in your head they don't like you, but they actually do?
Yeah, that was me with Chappelle.
Really?
Oh my God, I thought Chappelle hated me the
no
first like
way.
Like almost a year that I had been working with him.
That's wild.
I tell him this. I'm like, dude, for the first year, I didn't think you liked me. I didn't think you hated me, but I thought you thought like I was a nuisance. And he's like, you know what? I get that a lot. I'm like, what is it about you, Chappelle? Because he's so like, he's so stoic and he's so zen and he doesn't seem like very like phased or surprised or impressed by anything. I'm just like, you gave me no social cues to make me think that you and I are friends.
Wow.
And now he and I are like great fucking friends. I love Chappelle so fucking much. He's one of like my best fucking friends now.
Yeah.
I don't talk to many people. So Chappelle, if you say I'm not one of your best friends, keep that to yourself. And no, he's fucking amazing. And I really thought that he hated me. Like there's no way that man liked me at all, like as a person.
And it was all just in your head.
Yeah. I think it's just like I was projecting shit onto him because I thought like, oh, like maybe like if I tried a little harder, maybe if I made like I don't know, maybe if I brought fucking cupcakes in for his birthday or something, he'd like it. He's like, oh, I don't like sweets. I'm like, well, fuck me.
Yeah,
then,
I was gonna say he wouldn't want that.
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember just like sitting there at work and being like, why doesn't he like me?
At first I was like, no, I could never see that. Yeah. But then when you like explain like his mannerisms sometimes with like the stoic and not phased, I'm like, okay, I can see how that can come off.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I think it was also a stark difference in like the person that I worked with directly before Chappelle was Derek Poston. And Derek, like, loves everybody. He's like this big, like, happy golden retriever just, like, bouncing around, always cracking jokes. And so I was like, fuck, Chappelle hates me. And now he's like, God, I fucking love Chappelle. He's amazing.
But then it's hard because then you're like, yeah, you don't know if it's in your head or them, I guess, until you talk to the person about it.
Yeah. Have you ever had someone just blatantly tell you, like, yeah, I don't like you?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure if it happened, I repressed it.
Yeah, see, I love that for you. I don't need to remember that. I don't need to know that. They don't like, what do you mean they don't like me? Everyone loves me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I feel like there's been people where I feel like they don't like me. Like, I've definitely felt like that.
Yeah.
But I also could have created it. Like, thinking, like, oh, they think I'm annoying because my laugh is too loud, or, like, I'm too much.
I'm the same way. But then I realized, like, no, I think they don't like me because I don't think I like me. I think that's the problem. I don't think I like myself.
Yeah, that's...
Like, I think I have the type of relationship with myself similar to a parent that's like, I love my children. I don't like them. I think that's the type of relationship I have with myself. Like, I love myself. I think I'm a great person. I think I'm kind and hardworking, all these things. I don't think I like myself though. Like, if I wasn't stuck with myself, would I choose to be here? I don't know. I'm just kind of like making do with what's available to me, you know? That's my relationship with myself.
I treat myself like a strict parent.
Really?
Because I didn't have strict parents. They weren't like loose hippies or anything, but like we had just followed the rules. It was all fine. There wasn't like strict rules.
Got it.
So
do you do better with structure?
I like structure for myself, as in like to-do lists and stuff. I'm very like insane.
Yeah, I like having like a set list of things to do every day.
Me too.
Because if I don't have a set list, I tend to just rot on the couch.
Yeah, I make my to-do list every morning. I make mine for the week on Monday, and then I make mine for every day the first thing in the morning.
I don't know what it is, but there's something so satisfying about like checking things off a list.
Oh,
and
come on.
And I start writing the dumbest things like fucking eat breakfast. Like, I just want an excuse to like write in something is what I've noticed. I just want to have a pen to a paper and check that I did something.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
Right when I do my planner, it's like after a few things on my planner is the second thing on my morning routine. So I will write the two things I did first when I do the planner just to cross those out already.
Yeah, I just need like I only do my bed so I can cross off that I made my bed. That's the only fucking reason why. Like, I need little things to make me feel like I've accomplished a lot, even though I didn't, and then I can actually do the things I need to accomplish later. So if I miss out on those first few things, I don't want to do the big thing now.
Yeah, it is a weird mental game.
Yeah, I need like momentum going up to that big task. And that big task really isn't even that big. I got to write emails. Oh, that's the big task. I have to talk to people, but not in person.
But also the good thing about a list is that it makes you, if you get like when you get good at making your list, you know what's too much and what's the right amount. So I feel like I've gotten good at doing the right amount. Yeah. So I can tell myself, if I finish this, you can enjoy the rest of your night. Yeah. Like, it's not like I'm going to make a to-do list that has me up till 2 a.m. Get these good things done and then party. Like, you can just sit on that couch and have no guilt.
Yeah. I only feel guilt. And I don't know what to do about that. Even if I do all the right things, I feel guilt. And I don't know why that is.
This is you're a hard worker.
Not even that. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even that. Like, I think I used to be a really hard worker. Nowadays I would not say that I work hard. Like, I have a very charmed life now, thankfully. But like, I did a podcast a few months ago with some very lovely people. It was like a podcast I had to do for an agency that I work with, and it was with a bunch of other influencers, and everyone was nice, everyone was kind, it was great. But we got to talking, they wanted to talk about like how being like a social media personality or like an OnlyFans girl like has changed their life and like the hardships that come with it. And although I think every job has its difficulties and has its like ups and downs,
of course,
I was just sitting here like, these bitches are being for real, right? And by bitches, I mean like these lovely ladies. But like these bitches have to be so fucking for real right now. Because they're like, it's just so difficult sometimes, like making the content and just like there are things behind the scenes that you don't know what's happening. And I think like yes, but also like no, this is the easiest fucking job I've ever had in my life.
They were really like making it seem,
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I was like, I think they mean well. Like genuinely, I don't think they're trying to like make it seem like their life is harder than it is. I think they really do believe like sometimes the shit is hard. And I just took a minute like this is the easiest job I've ever fucking had.
Makes me think, what was their job? Did they ever have a job before?
No. I think one girl had a job before, like a regular job, maybe two, but it was so long ago, like early in their life, because they're all still like in their early to mid 20s. So I was like the older one out of the group, and I think most of them are like, oh yeah, when I was like 18, I worked as like a hairdresser for a while until I was this. And she had some like real work experience, which was great. But like the one person who said that like it was hard, I don't think she's ever had a job.
I knew it.
In my head, I was like, this isn't real, is it? Because you hear about that a lot. Like I don't spend time with a lot of people in like a influencer space. Like I spend more time with like people who work in podcasting and comedy. And like everyone who's worked in comedy has had like normal jobs at some point in their life, because oftentimes to make comedy work you need a full-time job on the side in order to like afford to go and do comedy.
For sure.
And so it's just like you guys know what it's like to have a real job and how like getting paid really like normal to like shitty wages for like difficult things to do. And then these girls are just talking about like, oh, it's just so hard. You guys don't understand that like making content is really hard and finding like an audience is really hard. And although I do empathize with you, like it is hard finding an audience when you want to pop off online in a saturated market, all these things. It's not that fucking difficult though. Like it's not that fucking difficult. I was like, I used to work 4 jobs and I had a bum ass boyfriend who I loved more than life itself. And I worked 7 days a week, 16-hour days. That was fucking hard.
That's
what
hard.
I do now is not fucking hard. Like taking pictures of me in lingerie and posting it online is not fucking hard. Posting a 17-second reel on Instagram with like a like Fashion Nova sponsored post is not fucking hard. Be so fucking for real right now. And it irritates the living fuck out of me.
I'm sure we can make that the weekly wiener.
That's my weekly wiener.
That is a really good one.
Because like it's so incredibly out of touch, especially in like this day and age when surviving day to day is so fucking hard. The last thing I want to hear is somebody who makes an exorbitant amount of money complain about their work being hard when their work is literally just being hot.
That's very annoying.
You just have to show up. And these are like, and this doesn't even just go for the girls that like I did the podcast with. It's like in general, like if your only job is to show up and smile at a camera because you're naturally that fucking hot, why the fuck are you complaining about?
You don't even have to smile.
Yeah, if you're complaining about like you have like family issues or like whatever, or like something really terrible happened, fine. But like you're complaining about making what, like fucking 10 grand on a sponsored post because like there used to be more money on like TikTok. That's also weekly wiener. There is this creator that I found online where like her and her boyfriend are like fairly young and they got together within the past year. They decided they wanted to buy a house together in Texas. And this is a girl who's been famous since she was 16. Okay. Popped off on TikTok. Now she's like, I'm broke and like I really we just need to like hunker down and like finally really think about like money. It's just crazy. And her boyfriend goes on to talk about how he's like, it's so hard now being an influencer because I had a video go viral and it had 14 million views and it took me an hour to record and they only paid me $4,000.
Oh,
and I was like, what?
God, you got $4,000 for an hour.
For an hour of work. And he's like, but I went viral. Like, for so many layers to this. First of all, an hour of work, $4,000, that's crazy. And 2, like the video that went viral is because your girlfriend's viral, not you. It was like, it's one of those situations that I think is really weird now. Where there are like a group of people who are using their girlfriends to go viral and make money. Ew. Like a lot of influencers now who were really big on Instagram and TikTok are now making a bunch of money on Snapchat.
Snapchat's back?
Snapchat is like back in full throttle.
I didn't know.
So like some people are making like 20 grand a week on Snapchat based off of views. Like if you're on the creator fund and you have like a large amount of people watching consistently. So it's all about clickbaiting, and you need a certain like amount of stories for people to click through for them to put ads in between.
Got it.
And so a lot of people will click on your story because the story will show your last post as the main photo of the story. Okay. And so a lot of these guys who have really hot girlfriends are using their girlfriends as a thirst trap at the very end of their story. And most of the content consists of like, hey, this is like what we're doing today. Like we're going to Erewhon and it's normal. And then the last photo is like his girlfriend in a hot tub and like a sexy bikini, and he's making crazy money off of it.
He better be buying her some shit.
Right? But it's like, to me, it feels so weird and it feels so fucking gross.
I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, and I felt the same way about that guy complaining about like my video went viral, like, and they only paid me $4,000. Like $4,000 is a crazy amount of money for an hour of work.
Minimum wage, what is it, like $15?
Yeah, like you could barely touch $4,000 in a month for most people. And so for him to be like, oh, but like the video went viral, it's like, also the video went viral because your girlfriend was in it, because your girlfriend's the famous one, not you.
Ew.
Like, be so fucking for real right now. So you can't even complain. Like, the only reason why it went viral is because of her, not because of you and your like hard work. Like, if Margot Robbie was your fucking girlfriend and you made a YouTube video with her or a podcast with her and it pops off, like, you, even though you facilitated that, you wouldn't have had popped off if Margot Robbie wasn't on the thing.
Not at all.
Yeah, and he's just complaining about this. He's like, now I need to sell my car. My Audi's worth $120,000 if anyone wants to buy it.
He said that? Ew, this guy sucks.
Yeah, and like, I want to give him some grace because he's not a kid, but he definitely like doesn't have his frontal lobe completely developed. Definitely under 25. I don't think he has a real concept of like what, like, that shit just doesn't go like this. Even if you are a creator, like $4,000 for a video is insane. And so I want to give like him some grace in this, but at the same time, like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
It definitely seems like the problem is just rich kids.
Yeah.
Like getting money too soon in life.
Yeah, but also, like, I love watching rich kids who are just fucking rich and don't complain about shit and don't make it seem like their lives are hard. Like, I love shit like Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie on The Simple Life. I love that they're like,
show.
I love watching rich Nepo babies be rich Nepo babies, but not pretending like, oh, I have it so hard and so difficult for me. Like, it's difficult for everybody, but to say it's more difficult for you, Kendall Jenner, to be a supermodel when you come from this established family with all these connections, like, it wasn't. It simply wasn't.
No.
That doesn't mean you're not good at your job. That doesn't mean you're not beautiful enough to do these things. It doesn't mean you're not hardworking. But for you to say it was more difficult because your last name is Jenner is fucking wild.
I hate it.
I just want you to be rich and be like, yeah, and what? That's why I love Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
She's just like, yeah, I am all these things, and what? I am dumb and blonde and hot and I love to party, and what? That's all I need. I just need someone who's gonna like, yeah, this is exactly what it is.
Yeah, they have this, like, I think they all have that want of like, their life is so good they want to feel like it's not.
Yeah. It's like, why? It's okay to have a great life.
Yes.
It's okay to be happy and have things come easy for you.
Everyone's striving for that.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's more annoying when people try to make it seem like it's harder than it is. Because there's the thing that rubbed me the wrong way when people talk about like, oh, it's really difficult, like making content online, is that you almost make it seem, it makes it feel like you're trying to say that you did something special or different when you really didn't. Like, the amount of people who have gone on and tried to make content in the same way is insane. You're like one creator in an ocean full of people trying to do the same shit. You happen to have popped off. That's amazing. I'm sure you did something right. But also, I wouldn't sit there and be like, it's so fucking hard. It's so hard because why didn't Fashion Nova give me an extra $5,000 for this like they did 2 years ago, and now they don't want to? Like, why are they banning TikTok? Honestly, but I agree with that part. Please don't ban TikTok. Joe Biden, I know you said you would pass the ban. Please don't. It's the only source of joy I have at this moment in my life. I don't know what I would do without my algorithm. I am okay. I will sign away my rights to China. Like, it's fine.
We already all said we are fine with that. That's why we signed up for
fine.
it.
I promise. I'm fine. I would pay to keep TikTok. Like, if there's like a subscription fee for me to be like, this is the China tax where like you give America money for China having your information, I would pay it every single month.
I think a lot of people would.
Yeah, I can't. I have seen some of the funniest shit on TikTok, and my algorithm has gotten so niche to me that I need to keep it.
You worked hard on that.
Yeah, I worked hard. Like, some people are very stingy with their likes on social media, and I just want to make sure my algorithm is as curated as possible. So I like every remote thing that I find amusing.
Smart.
Every little thing, because I need something really, really niche. I love when people make videos saying like, hey, has this trend been on your For You page? It's not viral, just so you know. You're just mentally ill. Or like, you're just really into blah, blah, blah. I love that. I love knowing that there's only 200 videos with the sound, but it's been all over my page. I love that. I feel seen. I feel understood.
It's so weird how different everybody's feeds are.
Yeah. And I love when other people's feed starts bleeding into mine, and I can determine whether I want to open up their DMs or not in TikTok.
Ooh.
Because my sister gets really upset when because I will have pimple popping videos on my feed.
I can't.
I love that shit. It's like crack to me. I don't know why. I can't look away. I can't stop watching it.
I hate him.
And then when I send videos to my sister, I won't send her pimple popping stuff, but because she and I send videos back and forth so often, our algorithms kind of mesh into like one sometimes. The more she opens up my TikTok messages. And so she'll start getting pimple popping videos. And she's like, she hates it. She's like, stop sending me this shit. And she won't open up my messages anymore. Even at the videos that I know she would love, because she doesn't want her algorithm curated based on mine.
Damn. It's like syncing periods.
It's syncing periods. And I'm the alpha is what I've gathered. I am the alpha period. Granted, I'm also chronically online more because she actually has a real job. God bless her. But I'm sorry you have pimple popping videos. Please watch this Shrek one. Because I need you to know what Shrek character you are based on your zodiac sign.
And then it's just Shrek popping a pimple when she clicks it.
Oh my God. I love. I have an unhealthy obsession with watching those videos late at night. It's like that, and then people eating are mostly my feeds.
Oh, yeah. What is that called again?
ASMR.
There was, I thought, a different name.
Mukbang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love those. I love watching people eat Wingstop, and I love the crunch. And it's just
the wings. They do the wings. Yeah. Wow. That is impressive.
I just can't stop watching stuff like that. It's a real problem in my life, and that's why I need to-do lists. So I could do that and then
get away.
Watch. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with watching people get their hair cut.
Do you have a particular type of haircut you like watching?
I love a drastic makeover.
Me too. I love like when they're unrecognizable after.
Oh.
Have you seen the ones where the guys are getting toupees?
No.
And guys are getting like toupee. Like the modern day toupee is almost like similar to a weave now.
What?
And there are I think there are maybe 2 or 3 creators who have like at home beauty shops, but it's dedicated for men and toupees. So like these men who are balding will basically go in, and they usually bald like right around like here. And the women will shave off the rest of that little bald area, and she'll have a little toupee that she like glues onto their head, and it stays for, I want to say 3 to 5 weeks.
That's a
and
while.
And she cuts it, and suddenly they have a full head of hair again. And she's like grabbing on to make sure that it sticks. And I love those videos because you could see before and after. The men kind of come in, they're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get my hair done. Afterwards, they're smiling from ear to ear.
Aww.
And I love watching men get makeovers and taking time to like make themselves feel better about like their exterior, and then it kind of transforms inside, and they're like happy afterwards.
I'm sure
it's so heartwarming. I like, and those videos start to make me want to watch the like military videos or the Hope Corps videos that just make me cry. I can't like when I know I'm due for a good cry, because sometimes I get very emotionally constipated. I just need to watch something that's gonna make me cry.
I
love a
totally
good cry.
been there. I've never heard that, but that is emotionally constipated.
Yeah, do you ever get like that where you're like, I feel really frustrated with the world and like kind of emotionless right now. I just need to like jumpstart everything and like do a emotional cleanse.
I used to do that like in like college or high school. Like 'cause I am very good at like hiding my emotions.
Yeah.
I've gotten better the older I've gotten, but when I was younger for sure. But like I would always put on either P.S. I Love You. That one gets me.
That one's rough.
That one is rough.
That one's fucking rough. I think I watched it once as a kid. I was like, I can't watch this again.
I would put that on when I want to cry.
Yeah.
And then, of course, The Notebook is very sad.
The Notebook I rewatched a few months ago for the first time in years, and it holds up. It holds up so well.
I haven't watched it in a couple years, so I'll have to.
I used to also cry a lot to the movie Radio.
I've never seen it.
The only thing I remember is that what's his name? Cuba Gooding Jr. The like main character is like the special needs kid who like eventually at one point I think his mom dies in the movie.
Oh yeah, that would get me.
And he starts crying, and I remember being about, I don't even know how old I was. I think I was maybe 9 or 10 watching it, and I bawled my eyes out. And to this day, I cannot think of that movie without wanting to cry. Because the thought of like losing my mom,
right?
It's still such a fear in me.
Oh yeah, same.
Like I think I'd be really, really fucking sad and devastated if I lost my dad. I don't know what I would do if I lost my mom. And I love my father. I love him. He's a great man. But I think like for him it's like, oh my God, I'm so sad that I lost this parent. But like if I lost my mom, it almost feels like I lost an extension of me.
Same.
Like I don't know what I would do. And I feel the same way with my sister. Like I don't know what I would do if my sister is not here anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I talk to my brother and my mom every day.
Yeah.
Like multiple times.
I love that.
So I'm like, yeah I would like, what?
Mm-hmm. When I need to cry, sometimes I think about my sister dying. And I tell her, and it's always like, I'll text her around maybe like 1 a.m. and she'll tell me, go the fuck to sleep. I'm alive. And I'll be in my car. My favorite place to cry is my car late at night when like the streets are open and you just drive for an hour playing like emo music.
Oh yeah.
And you like don't hit any traffic. Maybe you hit some lights. That's my favorite fucking time to cry.
Got a good visual of that.
Yeah. And then I'm crying and I think my sister's dead for some reason. And I just have to take the moment to tell her like, I love you so much. And because my sister, when I first started doing this, she was kind of like, hey, are you okay? Because like she knows like I'm not like always okay. She's like, hey, do you need help? Are you okay? Now she's gotten to the point like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sleep. I have work in the morning. I know you don't have a job, but I do. Please leave me alone.
Oh my God. That is fucked.
Yeah. Because, I watched a movie the other day where I believe it was called, it was the most recent exorcism movie. And there was a situation where this woman was pregnant and she was on the verge of death, and the doctor told the husband like, you could choose your wife or your husband, or your child. Like, which one would it be? What choice would you want if you were pregnant and there was a situation where it's like you or the baby and your husband has to pick? What would you want your husband to pick?
Definitely me. We'll have another baby.
That's exactly my thought. When people say their baby, I'm like, why? You don't know that bitch.
Yeah.
You don't know that thing.
Yeah. You're gonna fuck your baby?
Yeah. I will be damned if I let my baby live with a pedophile. I would be fucking damned. I'm taking both of us down with the ship.
No, that's a dumb choice. I don't understand. Right? And I think a lot of people would choose baby.
Why baby? But also, if you're a parent who, I don't know, maybe it's also, maybe it's the double standard, but like, if you're a dad, why would you choose the baby over the mom? Are you going to take care of that baby? You're going to nurse that baby?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how to take care of a baby? Do you know how to hold a baby?
That's a whole other thing.
Are you even capable of taking care of this baby without me?
Maybe it's the wife being like, you have to choose the baby. That's the only, I feel like the guys would always choose the wife.
Yeah, but I think it also happens once the baby's out. I don't know, maybe because like all those like endorphins are pumping to make you like attached to the baby.
Yeah.
So you can bond. So maybe then if you gave birth to it, you're like, save the baby. If the baby's still inside me, like, get rid of that bitch. We don't even know her. We don't even know her like that.
Yeah, that baby can suck.
Yeah, what if, like, you really want this baby? What if this baby is fucking Hitler reincarnated? You don't know that.
And you just chose.
You chose this
Hitler.
child over the love of your life. How long have you known this baby? How long have you known me?
Yeah.
You don't think we can make another?
That's messed up.
You don't think I can do it?
Yeah, you don't believe in me.
You don't believe in me
That's-
that we can make another?
So
That's
first
crazy.
divorce.
Yeah, first divorce.
Second.
I'm haunting you forever. Also, that's another thing. It's going to be crazy when you choose the baby and then try to fucking date when the baby's 15. Like, I'm not going to just haunt your entire existence.
Also, who would want to date you after they know you killed your wife?
Yeah. Whore.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's probably not the right word for it. But yeah, murder.
It's a real thing though. So when my best friend went to have her kid, her and her husband had to have that talk.
Really?
Yeah.
And what did he choose?
They
Right?
chose her. They're like, we're not choosing the baby.
Yeah.
Luckily, everyone lived.
Mhm.
But yeah, they actually had to have this conversation.
Yeah, and when we were watching this movie, it was my sister and I looked over to her and I was just like, what would you do if you found out I was in a situation where I was pregnant and the man chose the baby? Like, would you be so upset? Like, how upset would you be that you now lost a sister because this fuck-ass man chose the child? And she like couldn't fathom it, and I don't think I can fathom that either. I'd be so upset if I just like got a call one day, like ring ring, hey, your sister was in a terrible accident, but luckily your like niece or nephew survived. Like, oh, thank God, but like what happened? And they proceed to tell me that the husband chose the baby. The baby?
Yeah, not the baby.
Not the baby. No, that was the wrong fucking choice. Oh my God, I'm paying a bum to kiss you on the lips every single day of your life. I hope you have mono every day of your life.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I feel like that's unforgivable at that point. I can't do it.
I think so too. I even have the thought like when you have kids, so many people just like lose their relationship and just focus on the kids. No.
I'm terrified of that too.
Yeah, me first.
Yeah, that's the only way I see this going. Because I remember my mom explaining this to me when I was younger, and I didn't quite understand what she meant by it. But she always told me in the like hierarchy of the household, your father should always love me the most, and I love you guys the most, and then your dad comes after. Because that's the only way a family dynamic will work. And I remember being young, and I was like I was such a hopeless romantic, like no, like me and him are first and then the family come together and like everything will work out. The older I get, I'm like, yeah, I need that man to love me more than I love him. Absolutely.
I need to feel loved to love you guys.
Yes, exactly, because I'm gonna resent the fuck. Cause how do I go from this man loving the fucking floor that I walk on to now I'm 2, maybe 3 in the house? I can't do it.
I couldn't do it either.
No kids then.
I know that about myself.
Yeah, I know that. And so I feel like I can't be with someone who doesn't feel that way. Like if your kids are number 1, I think that's great. That's amazing. Love that for you. Not for me. Again, not for me.
No. Yeah, I want you to love them, but like
but not as much as me.
Not as much as me.
Not as much as me.
Did you see that interview with Ryan was it Ryan Reynolds is married to
Eva Mendes.
Okay,
right?
then it's not Ryan Reynolds. I'm talking about
no,
the other
Ryan
one.
Reynolds is Blake Lively. Ryan Gosling.
Oh
is
yeah.
Eva Mendes.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Blake, whatever. They did an interview where they had the conversation of like how he loves his kids more than her now.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that is a fair and logical point, but if I was Blake Lively, nope. Nope. You're gonna love these two more than me. I'm Blake Lively.
I made these.
I made these.
What do you
and
mean?
You don't like. How are you not gonna love the original? You like 2.0? You like fucking thing 1 and thing 2 over here more than me? No, I can't do it. I can't.
I'm glad you feel the same.
Yeah, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I need to be number 1 at all times. And that's just me. If you can't let me be number 1, then like just don't be with me. That's it. Like all or nothing. Me over every fucking thing. Like Morticia and Gomez Adams.
Yes,
that's what I want.
I love that. That's exactly what I want. Relationship. Send them to school too.
Yeah,
get them out of here.
Yeah, send them to boarding school. It's fine. It's fine. We could work extra jobs to make ends meet for their boarding school. It's fine. They're gonna live their like Harry Potter dreams. It's so much fun. They don't need us. They don't. They're fine. They're playing Quidditch somewhere in Switzerland.
It's so funny. I started writing this joke about how I want to have kids
Mhm.
when I'm older
Yeah.
because like everyone talks shit about that. Like everyone's
Mhm.
like, you don't want to be an older mom.
Why not?
Why the fuck not? I want to be an older mom
Yeah.
because first, it isn't till 18. It is
Mhm.
the rest of your life that you're taking care of these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'd rather the rest of my life not be that much longer than.
Yeah. Honestly, I get it. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Yeah. So let me
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it, it's not going to be like having kids, like not having kids, and then having your life after kids.
Yeah.
There is no life after kids. It is always your life with your kids.
I agree. I have an aunt who I just think she was born in the wrong generation for what she wanted for herself because she had kids at a fairly early age, like very early 20s. And at the time, it was just like the norm. You get married, you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe you go to college, maybe you don't. But like the kids and family part is the big thing. And I think she had her daughter almost out of obligation because right after she had her daughter, she had like this internal crisis where she's like, I am in my 20s and I can't do anything. And so she basically gave her child to her parents to raise while she like went out and lived her life. And to this day she was like, I wasn't a great mother, but like I'm actually really happy I went and like lived out my life and did that. And I just kind of look at her like, good for her, but also like, what about your kid? Like it's too late now. You probably should have prioritized your kid a little more and like had like your 40s to yourself.
Yeah, she could have definitely had it done quick.
Yeah.
And then still been young.
Yeah, and now she's just like, you know what I really want? I'm like, what? Like grandkids.
Oh,
like, you know what you should have had? A dog, a cat, something else.
Wait, so was it one of those situations where does the kid know it's the mom or does the kid think it's a sister?
I think it knows it's the mom.
Okay.
She like just always knew that her mom like wanted to live her life, and so she was always like put in a back burner, and she had a lot of resentment about that.
Of
but
course.
now that she's older, she's kind of like, I don't know if I want kids. I think for that very reason.
That has to fuck with you as a kid. There's no way it wouldn't.
But also like out of spite, that girl fucking did so much with her life. I was like, you know what? Good for you.
That's awesome.
I love doing things out of spite. I will never admit it if somebody asks me, but I love doing things out of fucking spite because I am going to win and I am going to do well. And it's going to be purely to fuck with you. And I'll never admit to it. I'll be like, no, I always wanted to do this. No, I always wanted to be a fucking NASCAR driver. Always. And now here I am. And I know it was your dream. But you all have to pick different things, you know?
Yeah.
Because you were mean to me that one time in 7th grade. Yep. You hit me when I ran to shotgun. And now I am living your dream. But I'll never admit it.
Oh, that does sound good, though. Like, that sounds good.
I love spite. I love spite. And I know it's not a good way to operate life, but I've gone pretty fucking far on spite.
Hey, you have to use whatever can get you there.
I don't do well on, like, love. I don't get very far with love. I get really far with spite, guilt, and shame.
Yeah.
That has torpedoed me places. Like,
if anyone needs to make some changes in their life, make some moves.
Yeah, but also that's why I don't like rewatching footage of myself. Because I think when I see from a third party perspective, like outside looking in, I'm like, that's why she's doing it. I don't like that. So if I just don't see it, it's fine.
Then you're present. You're not present when you're watching yourself back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why I can't edit. That's why like coming here and seeing that like you set all this up, you edit it yourself, like that's amazing. I could never do this.
Yeah, it's a lot. You know, how do those girls talk? It's just
like it's so hard because like you don't understand how difficult it is to sit and talk with your friends for an hour and only get paid $5,000.
Oh my God.
Like it's an hour of my time.
Sometimes I like to get like upset like how much money it is because it's like
what now California takes half and I'm only left with $2,500, and what am I supposed to do? Like in this economy, what do I do with $2,500?
Nothing. You can't buy anything.
Like how am I supposed to go to Coachella weekend 1 and 2?
No, I'm obviously only going to be able to go to the first one.
Yeah,
if I'm going to get the whole cabin experience.
Yeah, and even then, it's like, what am I going to do? Slum it in VIP? I need an artist pass.
I know, and the people who used to send me free clothes to wear Now is only sending me one outfit.
Yeah, and like, what is that? Like, do I not have clout anymore? Am I not like? I don't understand.
Do you think I'm ugly?
Do you think I'm ugly? You think I'm ugly? Don't you? You think I'm fucking ugly?
You think I'm ugly?
Yeah, and now I'm gonna go fuck your boyfriend. Sorry, what?
Oh man, I think we killed it. What do you think?
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you
I
so much
feel
for
great.
doing it. Oh man, it felt good to say the older that you agree with that. I never actually verbalized the wanting all the attention.
Yeah, I have no problems with admitting that now. I think my life has gone exponentially better the more forthcoming I am with wanting to be the center of like my relationship. Like, I used to try to hide it and be like, no, like it should be equal and everyone should love each other equally. I have never truly been happy in an equal relationship. That's why when people are like 50-50, I don't like that. I need all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like a fair relationship,
a
fair situation.
You need a relationship like the kiss and hitch, the 80-20.
Yes, I need 85-15. But I also need someone who's like, who wants that too. I don't want someone who's begrudgingly going to give it to me.
No, you can't enjoy it that way.
Yeah, I can't enjoy it.
Mm-mm.
You're not having fun. I need you to have fun loving me. I need that. Absolutely.
I think you're going to find it.
I sure hope so. If I don't, I'm also okay with trying to take in more cats. No, I'm not.
No.
But I'll try.
No.
Maybe. No. Okay. I won't.
I was going to ask you what you want to plug, and then I just remembered, what was this show? I just saw you posted you were on a show.
Oh my God. I did a single episode of a OnlyFans TV dating show. And when does this come out?
In 2 weeks.
Let me see what I can or cannot say based off of this timing.
Your rules.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, so I did one episode of a dating show on OnlyFans TV, and it was pitched to me as like, hey, OnlyFans has this show called Mismatch, and you're gonna go on a blind date with someone who is also a creator on the platform, and it's essentially used to like open up your personality to a new audience that doesn't already know you. Because oftentimes girls traditionally who have OnlyFans accounts are usually like IG models who don't do like long form content. But since I came from podcasting, I had more of a like longer form content audience. And so they're like, oh, we're just going to like open you up to a new audience. And it helps a lot of OnlyFans creators because a lot of people don't even know what their voice sounds like.
Oh.
And so like this opens up you to your audience, a lot of other people's audience. It'll be a great situation for you. Who knows, maybe you'll find love. And I'm like, okay, cool. This sounds like a fun situation. And OnlyFans TV is a purely PG-13 platform. That's the only way it's allowed on the App Store. And so all the content on there, PG-13, has to be clean. And so knowing that, I was like, okay, cool. I'm going on to like a fairly wholesome dating show.
What happened?
When I tell you producers were apologizing to me, like they pulled me aside and they had to apologize for what happened.
What?
Yeah, because like it was such a weird experience. So like,
oh my God.
The whole like premise of it is that you're blindfolded and you can't see who they set you up with. They do these interviews where they ask you like what you're into and they try to match you with who is willing to do the show. And so I tell them what I'm into and I'm like, cool, whatever. And I'm not a big like looks person. Not that like this person's like ugly or anything either, but like the most important thing to me is like funny and kind and that there is like
not friendly.
Not friendly, but like we can like get along easily. Like we kind of click.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I really need. That's all I really want. And if he's jacked, great. And so we do it and we're like blindfolded. Me and him are blindfolded like right across from each other. And as I sit down, and I'm blindfolded, he's blindfolded, the first thing he says is, I want to start this off with a kiss. And I'm so confused, like, wait, what? And then I just feel a hand on my face and like pull me towards him. And he kisses me. And in the moment, I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then he like has my hand on his like knee the entire time, like holding it. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now. So I just kind of keep it. And we keep on with like this like interview before we take the blindfolds off. And then we take the blindfolds off. And I'm like, okay, like even like this is a really weird situation. Now I see the guy who like just like kissed me randomly without, and everyone on production's kind of like, oh, this is weird. Like the room kind of goes a little more silent
Like they all felt
than it usually is. Yeah. And so we finished the interview part and we're like, okay, now you guys got to go do your confessional. So we split up, do the confessional, and the producers take me aside like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like this is a PG-13 like thing. We did not know this was going to happen. Like that's not cool of him. Like, are you okay? And the cast, or I mean the crew was so nice. Everyone on production so nice. The host was so nice. And even the guy was like, he wasn't like, he was nice as well, but in a weird way. Because behind the scenes, when we were like waiting to set up next shots, he's very clearly like just like, oh yeah, I'm doing this for like I'm trying to go viral, and we should just like they're putting so much money into a show like this on OnlyFans TV, and I don't have a page yet, but I'm gonna start doing like OnlyFans content. Yeah, that's what I was confused on. I was like,
you had to have a page to do
that's what I was told, and they were like, apparently there aren't a lot of men who are willing to go onto an OnlyFans TV dating show, because a lot of men who make a lot of money on OnlyFans are like queer baiting, where they're pretending to be gay to make more money, because men are on OnlyFans. Not really. There aren't like a lot of women on OnlyFans, and so a lot of men who make a lot of money on this platform kind of like, they don't outwardly say that they're gay, but they make content more geared towards gay men, because that's where all the money is for them. And so they don't want to be on a dating show where they're dating women.
Shows their
and
cards.
So yeah, they're like, oh, it's hard for us to find men to be on the show. And so like, he's a really big creator. He has like a vlog channel with his ex who like, they're really big. And I was like, okay, I guess that's cool, fine. And he was just like, I'm gonna make an OnlyFans TV show where I basically have a bunch of hot girls and like workout fits, and they're gonna be doing like these fake workout videos, and it's PG-13, but they're gonna be doing like shake weights and blah blah blah. I was like, ew. He's like, oh, I would love to fly you to Turks and Caicos, and like my son's really well behaved, so like he'll be chill on the trip. And I was like, what is happening? And I find out after recording that like him and the mother of his child, who he was with for years, like had broken up 2 weeks before that. So they broke up 2 weeks ago, and then he hopped on like this dating show where he's like, I just want to start kissing random girls.
What
I'm
the
like,
hell? This guy sucks.
He sucks. And the entire time I'm just like, my go-to is always like, I just want to be nice and get through the day. Like, I think this is a weird thing he did, but I don't feel like I have been assaulted.
Yeah.
I just think this is like a really weird guy who wants to go viral and wants to like pop off separate from what he is used to doing on a family channel. Fine, whatever. But like the entire time it gets weird. And there's like this segment where we do like a behind the scenes photo shoot. So we have some promo for the episode. And he's like, you know, it'd be like a really funny, like cute idea if we do like prom photos. I was like, okay, prom style photos. So he has like his hand like on like my waist. And then afterwards he's like, you know, it'd be really like funny if we have one of you like bent over. Oh, and I'm behind you, and I'm like, what? God. I was like, no.
Good.
No.
Yeah, thank God you said no. Fuck that.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of looking at him, and I see that he's getting uncomfortable because I said no. Like, that's weird, because we all know this is a weird ask. Even the photographer is looking at us kind of like, ew. And so he's like, why don't I do it where, like, I'm bent over then? And, like, he's trying to diffuse the situation. I'm like, okay, cool. So there's just, like, a photo of him bent over somewhere. And then like the episode ends, and the entire time I'm just like, yeah, he's nice, he's cool, like I think we could get along. In my head I'm like, I know I don't like this guy, I know I'm not gonna match with him, but like I just want to be nice. Like there's no reason for me to like stir the pot or like be vocal about this if I don't feel like I was assaulted, because like he's just being weird. Like it's not a crime to be weird, but he's weird. And so at the very end, we're on the top of this fucking Hollywood Hills mansion with a crazy view. And the producers ask you what you're going to choose before you get up there, so they can give you a sign that shows like whether you miss or you match with them. And they ask me what it is. I'm like, oh, I'm going to miss. And all the producers could tell. They're like, oh, yeah, okay, definitely. But I don't think anyone who, like, the host didn't know and he didn't know. And so he was, like, truly shocked. They made me go first. And as I turned my card around and I was like, miss, you could just see his face drop. And he's so visibly upset.
Yeah, because he sounded very cocky.
Yeah, because like I think the excuse I gave was that like, oh, you know, he's just like this guy who's so regimented in his life. He wasn't. And he just like, he loves to wake up at 6 a.m. and do a cold plunge and work out. And I'm just like, not a 6 a.m. girly. He just like needs more structure in his life because he has a kid and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just not there. I'm like young and whatever.
Yeah, you were nice.
Yeah. And I was trying to be nice about it, making him seem like a better, because I don't want, like, I hate weird situations like that. So I'd rather make you look like a good person and be like, it's not you, it's me. But like, clearly everyone knew it was him.
Yeah.
And so like a helicopter flew by. They're like, hold. We're going to have to do that again. Okay, we're going to have to do that again. And so we had to get rejected twice.
God.
And so like I turned around, I gave my reason again. And then he's just like clearly over it. He turns his thing around and it says match, like he wanted to match with me afterwards. And immediately once we cut, he's like, I got to go. I'm late for a flight. And he like storms off the set.
He was embarrassed.
He left with his tail between his legs. And in my head, I'm like, what did you expect?
He sounded like he for sure thought anyone would have said.
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Yeah, and after that, like for 2 weeks after that, I was in contact with a producer at OnlyFans TV, and he's just like checking up to see if like, I think it was
cool.
mainly like legal reasons that I wasn't gonna be like OnlyFans TV put me in a like weird predicament, and I was like, no, it's fine. Everyone was great on set. It's like you guys couldn't have had helped this guy being kind of weird.
That's not their fault. Yeah.
And so like I'm good. I promise I'm good. I'm not pressing charges. Yeah. But yeah, that was my experience on the show, and I will never do another even like fake dating show ever again.
Jeez.
But yeah, if you would like to watch that, that's on OnlyFans TV. That's cool. That's it. I mainly came just because you asked me to, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yay.
So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.